Hello friends, welcome to my channel called Med Recall by Dr. Sonali. Today's our topic is integumentary system. Let's see today's good thought. It is think outside the box, okay? So do something different to stand out, okay? Let's start with the main topic. It is integumentary system. It includes skin, hair, nails and glands, okay, are the components of integumentary system. So what is its function? Its function is protection, sensation, temperature regulation, vitamin D synthesis, excretion and absorption. So skin is not just a covering, it is the largest organ of the body, forming nearly 15% of our total body weight. Okay, so skin जो है, this is the largest organ of the body and ये 15% of the total body weight को form करता है. So this is organization of skin. You can see here. So this one is thick skin which is hairless. Thick hairless skin is palms and soles wala skin. Okay, and thin hairy skin other body part and thin hairy skin other than palms and soles. Okay, so thin skin is hairy. जहाँ पे hair होते हैं वो skin thin होती है and thick skin जो होती है there are no hair. Okay, so let's see what are the layers of skin. So basically skin is composed of three layers. Okay, first one is epidermis, which is the uppermost layer. You can appreciate here, this is the epidermis. These two layers are epidermis. Okay, so epidermis is nothing but stratified squamous keratinized epithelium, and its layers are stratum cornuum, stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, also known as prickle cell layer, and then stratum basale, also known as germinativum. Okay, so these 5 layers are layers of epidermis. Okay, so we can also remember it with the help of this mnemonic, which is come let's get sunburn. Okay, so the last two, which is also called as stratum spinosum and stratum basale, both form stratum malpighi layer. Okay, these both layers are together called as stratum malpighi. Let's move to the next layer, which is dermis. Dermis lies below the epidermis, and dermis is nothing but connective tissue layer. It is a connective tissue layer. So it has two layers. First one is papillary layer, which is composed of loose connective tissue, and the next one is reticular layer, which is composed of dense irregular connective tissue. Okay, reticular is dense irregular connective tissue. And then the third layer is hypodermis. Hypodermis is also known as subcutaneous tissue. So it includes fat, loose connective tissue, blood vessels, etc. First of all, look at this thick skin. Thick skin is present on palms and soles. There are no hair. Thick skin has prominent stratum lucidum. Okay, stratum lucidum जो होता है, that is prominent in thick skin, and in thin skin, which is elsewhere present on the body surface. It has hair, glands, and it has thinner epidermis. Okay, you can see this is a slide which shows epithelium layers, and then this one is cornuum, stratum cornuum. So this is a slide which is showing layers of skin. First one is epidermis, which includes first layer of epidermis, which is stratum cornuum. This entire thing which is without nucleus. Okay, you can see we have already seen it in our previous lecture, which was showing types of epithelium कि keratin fibers कैसे होते हैं. There is keratinization, means these are dead cells, so there are no nucleus. Okay, देखो केराटिन फाइबर्स है स्ट्रेटम कॉर्नुअम में. उसके बाद है स्ट्रेटम कम लेट्स गेट सनबर्न. दिस इज अ निमोनिक. द सेकेंड लेयर इज लूसिडम. सो दिस पिंकिश लेयर, विच इज अ पिंकिश लेयर, thin pinkish layer, is stratum lucidum. which is present in palms and soles. Okay, more prominently present in palms and soles. Then the third layer is granulosum. This is granular layer है ना, this bluish granules you can appreciate here. This is granulosum. There are keratohyaline granules present in stratum granulosum. Then comes stratum spinosum. Stratum spinosum also contains desmosomes. And then last one is stratum basale. Stratum basale contains Merkel cell receptors, stem cell, and then melanocytes. And this one is papillary dermis. These papillary projections. Projections means papillary dermis. Okay. So this one is dermis layer, papillary dermis, and the second one is reticular layer. And this slide shows immunofluorescence. This above layer is epidermis layer, and this is dermoepidermal junction. These dotted lines are nothing but dermoepidermal junction, and below this dark green is dermis. Okay, dermoepidermal junction divides. So dermoepidermal junction helps in discriminating epidermis and then dermis. In this slide you can appreciate this is epidermis. In epidermis, first one is keratinized squamous or cornified layer. Therefore, there are no nucleus. Then the second one is granular layer. Okay. Then there you can see Langerhans cells. Then prickle cell layer and this Merkel cell in basal cell layer. Okay. Basal cell layer में present होते हैं Merkel cells. And this is connective tissue in the dermis. This light pinkish. And melanocytes are also present in basal cell layer. Now, let's see this important slide which is showing cells in epidermal layers. First of all, we saw all these layers of epidermis which were come let's get sunburn. Now, let's see what are the specialized cells which lie within these layers. Okay. So, in epidermal cells, there are keratinocytes. Keratinocytes are one of the important cells which are main cells and they produce keratin. And also learn some clinical points related to this. Melanoma is malignancy of melanocytes. Then psoriasis में क्या होता है? There is increased turnover of keratinocytes. These things are important with respect to dermatology. It is also important for MCQ purposes. Then the second one is melanocyte. Melanocytes are present in basal layer and they produce melanin pigment. Okay. And melanin pigment, there is defective melanin synthesis in albinism. Albinism में क्या होता है? There is defective melanin synthesis. Then comes Langerhans cells. Langerhans cells are present in stratum spinosum. And stratum spinosum में जो Langerhans cells होते हैं, they are nothing but APC cells. APC cells means antigen presenting cells. And also come to Merkel cells. Merkel cells are present in basal cell layer and they are nothing but touch receptors. Okay, they are responsible for touch sensations. Then vitiligo is loss of melanocytes. So vitiligo and albinism are related with melanocytes. So this is one schematic representation. I have shown here the first stratum cornuum, there are keratin fibers, then stratum lucidum, which is present in palms and soles, then stratum granulosum, in it there are keratohyaline granules, and in stratum spinosum there are desmosomes, okay. Then stratum basale there are melanocytes, stem cells and Merkel cells. ये तो सिंपल है. केराटिन फाइबर्स तो बहुत इजीली याद रह जाएगा बिकॉज दे आर प्रेजेंट ऑन द अपर मोस्ट सेल लेयर है ना. स्ट्रेटम कॉर्नुअम में केराटिन रहेगा. उसके बाद लूसिडम तो सिर्फ पाम्स एंड सोल्स में रहेगा. देन याद रखना ग्रैन्युलोजम में क्या होगा? ग्रैन्यूल्स आर प्रेजेंट. देन स्पाइनोजम में कैसा? स्पाइनस प्रोसेस है इस फिगर में. ओके, स्पाइनोजम डेस्मोजोम, ये राइमिंग वर्ड हो जाएगा. स्पाइनोजम डेस्मोजोम. देन स्ट्रेटम बेसेल में ही इंपॉर्टेंट स्ट्रक्चर ज़्यादा है, जैसे कि मेलानोसाइट, स्टेम सेल्स एंड मर्कल सेल्स. ओके, सो दीज 3 cells आर प्रेजेंट in at the base. Come to this clinical point which is pemphigus vulgaris. Pemphigus vulgaris means this is also a dermatological disorder in which autoantibodies destroy desmosome. So this pemphigus vulgaris is related with stratum spinosum. We saw about the skin का organization, where we saw thick skin, thin skin में hair है, and then epidermis, and then dermis, and then this is subcutaneous tissue. fatty जहाँ पे fats and blood vessels आएंगे वहाँ पे हो जाएगा वो subcutaneous tissue. And upper layer it is epidermis, and when जब papilla शुरू होगा दिखने शुरू हो जाएगा, that is part of dermis. Okay. Now let's see what are the next integumentary component. It is hair. Histological diagram of hair shaft, hair follicle. Here let's see the histological diagram of hair shaft. It is, so this is hair shaft. It our vase-like structure, and this is inner root sheath. This is pinkish is inner root sheath. This is outer root sheath, which is outer to this inner root sheath. Okay. Then glassy membrane is there, which is surrounding this outer root sheath. Then there is connective tissue sheath, which is outside this outer root sheath. Okay. Then you can see here cuticle, this cuticle, Huxley's layer and Henley's layer. All these layers are present outside the hair shaft. Then hair shaft is having cuticle, then cortex, and then medulla from outside to inside. देखो इतना छोटा सा इतना थिन सा हेयर होता है, उसमें भी कितने सारे लेयर्स हैं, समझे? क्यूटिकल, कॉर्टेक्स एंड देन मेडुला. मेडुला इज द इनर मोस्ट. उसके बाद कॉर्टेक्स, उसके बाहर होता है और क्यूटिकल. ओके. Then come to this basic structure. The structure is hair bulb, and you can see a dermal papilla. This is a dermal papilla in which you can see this capillary loop. Capillary loop is this, and there are melanocytes. This brownish brownish cell which is having these projections is melanocytes. Okay, it is responsible for the color of the hair. And also you can see this under microscope. Appreciate this melanocytes which are black pigmented, and this dermal hair papilla will be at the center having melanocytes. Then connective tissue sheath you can appreciate here, outside sheath like structure. Then cuticle, Huxley's layer and Henley's layer, glassy membrane outside. Then cuticle, cortex, medulla. This is the medulla, then cortex, and then outside is cuticle. These are structures of hair shaft. Okay. So this was our hair follicle under microscope. Then come to the structure of nail. Then see the structure of nail. So this one is distal nail edge, and this one is proximal nail edge. Okay. This is proximal and this is distal. Then this whitish portion which is semilunar, it is lanula. Then there is proximal nail fold here and lateral nail folds laterally. Okay. Then eponychium, it is cuticle. The cuticle means smaller एकदम, यहाँ पे जो एकदम छोटा सा smaller cuticle होता है, which is distal to lanula. Okay, that is the eponychium. This is nail plate. We can also see this upper portion of nail as nail plate. There is distal groove here between the skin and nail. Hyponychium. Below this groove, below this nail plate, there is hyponychium. You can again appreciate this proximal nail fold and eponychium. See this distal nail matrix, this proximal nail fold. Then eponychium is cuticle. Cuticle is also known as eponychium. Then there is nail bed below this nail structure. Then hyponychium below the nail. Collagen bundles are present in the head, in the nail bed, and also distal phalanx is there. You can appreciate this joint, distal interphalangeal joint it is called. This is again a section. It shows dermis, distal phalanx and subcutaneous fats. It was our small discussion on integumentary system, which includes skin, nail, hair and glands. Glands we have already discussed in epithelial section. So I hope you will like it. I hope you will like it. So watch it till the end. Like it, share it with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.